This is the kind of quality trade you'll be able to capture when you start to understand that market does not move without any reason. It either moves to take a liquidity or it moves to fill in gaps. All right. So this is one of the trade that we were able to capture this year 2026, and it moved successfully. We got in here when market was about to break this low to the downside. We got in here and we enter for a very nice sell position because we got the liquidity sweep at this level. Let me show you the trade, the entries I'm talking about. All right, so this was the analysis. This is when I was analyzing the chart. All right, this is where I got the liquidity. As you can see, this was the break of structure when I got the break of structure. So all right, this was the setup, this was the setup already. All right, so immediately market got in, we got our conference, we go in for a sell. So this was the sell in our MT5. As you can see, this was the level, this was the liquidity level. So after market grabbed the liquidity and give us our conference, we now entered for the sell. As you can see, it was a very sharp move. We secure some profits in the market. As you can see, we make some profits in the market. So trading is very simple. It's all about understanding what market is going to do at a particular time, and you understand what is going to do next. All right, so I'm going to explain the entire strategy, the concept, the idea, how I was able to know that market will get into this zone and it will supply to this level. All right, I will show you the concept, the strategy, how I was able to analyze the market from the beginning. So let's go to our charts. All right, and see what happened. So this is the level. This is where we got the break of structure. This was the level. This was where market was when I identified this zone as my liquidity level, and I identified this zone as my order block plus fair value gap zone. It was a very strong zone. All right, so this was the zone I was expecting market to react from. As you can see, this was where market reacted, and this was where we got in to the sell. And it's right, we exit from here. That was because market take this liquidity, and our risk to reward ratio was intact. All right, so we just went out from the market from here, from this level. As you can see from this our screenshots. So this, all right, so this is where we got into the trade and it's to move. So we just exit from here because I was targeting this low, and my risk to reward ratio my risk to reward ratio I normally keep was intact here, so I just went out. As you can see, market moved successfully, and market was still selling down. So what was the reason market was selling? Is what I'm going to explain in this video. All right, is what so you can actually go to your chart, check these things out. It happens. You see, it's everywhere. It's for you to understand when it happened and when it's going to happen. All right, so this is what I mean. Market was coming down from this point. If you zoom out, let me zoom out and show you what market was doing. All right, so from this level, you will see what market was doing. From here now, this was a very strong level that market got to, and it react from this point. It's break. This was where you got the very recent breaks to the upside. From this level, you can see from here now, market went back down. From here, it dropped back down and it break this low. So we actually got a market shift, a break of character, change of character, or anything you want to call it, from this level. So from here now, what happened? Remember, market would have just swept this low and continue going up because this was a break to the upside. But you can see from here, that is not what happened. Market dropped back down to this level. From this level, it tried going up again, but it failed and it dropped, it break again, causing a second break. All right, causing the second. This was like the confirmation that I needed. So I identified this zone as my second break to the down, because I definitely know that market has failed to go up. It's now breaking this low, and it has break the second low, which means it's coming down. And this point, as you can see, let me zoom out this point. Let me show you what I identified there. Here was a gap. This point was a gap. Let me zoom out so that I will show you from the left hand side. All right, so as you can see from the left hand side, you can see this level, this candle and this candle did not meet. You can see this level is a gap that breaks this high, this point to that up before market is coming back down to fill in that gap. So I definitely know that if market should take this as liquidity to the upside, it's going to supply down to fill in this gap. All right, so this is where we got the break of structure. This is where we got the break of structure. After this break of structure, what happened? Market pull up. Remember, there was a gap, and this was the last other block that have a gap, and its break structure is a, remember, a valid other block must break structure and that must have a gap. All right, so market was actually filling, it tried to pull up to this level to fill in the gap to mitigate, but it failed. Did not mitigate that OB, that other block there, but you can see it failed. It dropped back down, making that point to be a trap point, like a trap point. That is a liquidity level. Now if you understand your liquidity, there's one of my video I talk about liquidity. So if you understand your liquidity, you will be able to know what market is going to do and what market is going to do next. All right, so I identified this zone. I said, okay, if market is, because I definitely see market from here coming up again, I say, okay, if market is coming up again, it's definitely coming up to take this liquidity, because you get a break to the down, which means market is going to come down. All right, and this is the last liquidity that he created. All right, so if he's coming up again, he's coming up from here to take this liquidity so that he will tap in from this other block and reverse. Simple. All right, so as you can see, as market pulling, grab that, take that liquidity, exactly as what I was expecting. Pulling to that other block, you can see it drop, go up again before the final reversal to the downside. So as you can see, market has completely filled in the gap. As you can see, market is still filling. This is GBP/USD. This current market condition. This is what GBP/USD is doing currently. Today's date is what's today's date? Okay. Today's date is 8th January. Yeah. This is the current market condition. Today is 8th January. So this market is I definitely know is coming back down to fill in this gap, because there was a gap there. So see you in our next video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for our next signal. We love you guys.